What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Sy Ari, the Kid, the Heartbreak Kid himself, one of the greatest rappers of all time. Shout out to all hip hop. Let's go crazy.
Yo, what's going on, world? It's your man Chuck Creekmur, a.k.a. Jigsaw, here at One World Studios in the heart of the city. We here with one of my favorite MCs, Sy Ari. The kid still? You still the kid?
Yeah, but I don't really say it, but
Yeah.
it's there as far as like the search engine.
You're right.
Because I didn't want to, a lot of people ask me like, why haven't you changed it? But I like verbally have, but the search engine, a lot of people don't understand search engine, but the fans that don't kind of keep up as much as like the hardcore fans, they may still search the kid and then it wouldn't. Some of my stuff wouldn't show up.
Got you.
So as far as like go to DSPs, I still keep the kid on there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he gonna have to be the king in a minute.
Yeah. Like how Gilly did his, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
Sure.
So first of all, you on a promo tour. Tell everybody, you got a deluxe album out. What's going on with you in general?
Right now, I just think I'm on a I mean, a lot of people know me for my musical versatility, but I just been on a real hip hop tear right now. And when I say hip hop, I know hip hop has so many cultures in different areas, but I mean like the Mecca where it comes from, and I'm kind of bringing that sound that I know I started from back. Yeah. And I had a couple signs that just kind of navigated me back toward moving my career back to that area. So I've been doing that. That's what the Shadow and the Shade was about. You know what I'm saying? And then I wanted to add the deluxe, and before the year is out, I'm dropping Shadow and the Shade too, because I just want to have the most music out this year, like I always promised the fans, and just bringing that competition back, bringing that competitive spirit, and just good solid hip hop, and feeling like I'm one of the best, which I know I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I came into knowing about you relatively recent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's cool.
And
better late than never.
Yeah, because I love the collaborations because they bring other people in that are like-minded or like the sound or whatever. Right. Mickey Factz is in the building. I should
salute to my guy. Yep, that's fan.
And he's one of them as well. All those guys. And I'm not gonna name drop too many people, but Mickey's one of them. Right. And so I started listening. Now the first thing that came to mind, I was like, yo, this dude, he's kind of whispering a little, like he's whispering. I didn't know where to place you. Yeah. At first I said, I have a special playlist for like rappers that are on the softer edge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but as I kept going, I was like, he don't really fit in that zone.
Right.
I don't really. Where is he at with it?
Right.
So first question is why do you rap in that tone?
I think I dealt with a lot coming up because I always could rap, but I started learning that songwriting has a lot more to do than just lyrics and syllables and flows. Cadence to me got changed for me because I wasn't comfortable with my voice. You know how motherfuckers be like, they might leave a voicemail on your shit, they don't want to hear their shit back like. I wasn't insecure like that, but I always was such a fan of other niggas' voices. Like I was always like, damn, how Jadakiss and DMX got these raspy voices, or like Jeezy, like how are they born with voices like that, or like Macy Gray or somebody like that, right? And then or like Lil Wayne, like I was so much of fans of them that I would feel like I had to rap with that type of, or like Lloyd Banks or Pun, like that aggression or that raspiness. Right. So I think when I first became an artist, that wasn't really my voice to me. Now, my singer voice is different. Everybody say that. But I found a way. Like, when I rap, I literally use my monotone as if I'm on the phone with somebody.
Got you.
I had also learned that I was at a writing camp with Akon and Devon Stevens. And they had said something to like, your cadence should feel like you're on the phone with your shorty or your boys.
Got you.
And I take that very serious. So when I'm doing joints for the ladies, I almost make it seem like I'm talking to my shorty at like 4 a.m, like we in high school or something. And then if I'm rapping, I'm like, I need to feel like I'm just talking to my mans. But whether I'm angry or we arguing about LeBron and Kobe, or I'm just telling him like, yo, you heard about Short and homie from the. And so if I feel like the beat is there, I could be like, yo, you heard about, and I could be like, hey, yo, I say yo, like, so it's kind of the same tone. And I approach beats like that. Okay. So I can't really tell you why, but I feel like my rap voice now is exactly how I talk. Okay. Most of my if you listen throughout my album, that's exactly how I talk for real.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
So you just mentioned a few things. You mentioned singing. You sing too.
Yeah. To an extent, yeah.
Yeah, which I'm not as familiar with. You know
right.
what I mean? But how do you? You know, I noticed one of your interviews you mentioned being transcendent, like as an artist, like not only a rapper, not more like an artist.
Yeah. I mean, would that happen from? Because a lot of people like you see where the game is at now. And I'm not saying Drake started it because he didn't, but I mean you had your Ja Rules. I mean, even before that, to me the not king, the queen of the master of it all was Lauryn Hill. To me,
indeed. Yeah.
So to me, Lauryn Hill has the first successful album of rapping and singing at a peak level.
True.
So I don't think no one's ever done that.
Yeah.
Especially with it being substance.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, when I first started doing music, everybody was rapping. And I'm from the Bronx, so I'm ready to go into a cypher and rap with my niggas and stuff. But I realized when we all got into the studio when we was kids, I'm like, bro, we just rapping back to back. Nobody want to do the hook.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Right.
So back then, I'm at this time I'm 17, 16. Before Nick, and I wrote so fast since I was a jit because I was freestyling with my cousin and my brother since I was like 7.
Right.
So I had already been freestyling. My brother used to have his brown Taurus, and we switched schools, so I couldn't ride the bus. So my brother would play these whack ass beats that he thought sounded like the RZA in the car on the way to school, 40-minute drive. So I'm in there rapping, trying to keep up with the older niggas. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, like I'm finishing my verse before niggas so fast. I got time to do the hook before they even finish the verse.
Gotcha.
So that gave me and keep in mind back then my hooks were still bad,
right.
but I was in the lab with it though. I was working on it. And then I had started becoming fans of all the niggas that was doing melodies on the hook.
Okay.
And so that went, and I started knowing something like a lot of these niggas keep 1 or 2 female record on the album. So I started doing that.
Right.
And then when those girl songs started doing good in my area, I was like, what if I do a whole song sounding like the hook?
Right.
That was how I started doing the R&B shit. Niggas don't really know that, but it came from, I'm like, damn, bitches is killing this hook right here.
Yeah.
They like the verses, but the hook is what they singing.
Right.
So I was like, what if I just do 8-bar hook and then an 8-bar verse sounding like the hook?
Right.
Draw's really gonna be dropping in.
Yeah.
And then I started getting good at it, bro. I just started going over and over. I had a shorty, this chick named Chelsea, little shorty I used to talk to. She was like, stop singing like that. Like, you're not really that good at that. Just rap. She told me that.
Right.
This chick named Chelsea. She was like,
how did you respond to that?
Look at me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not really one of them niggas. I mean,
right.
I heard, I ain't gonna lie, it bothered me a little bit because I was around her at the time. But I kept singing.
Yeah.
Because I had already had 12 bitches telling me to keep doing it. So it's like,
why they gotta be bitches?
Nah, they not, but you know what I mean.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Yeah. But why they gotta be bitches? But nah, that's how I started doing the melody shit. That's how it happened for me.
I feel you. The other thing you mentioned is you from the Bronx, and that was the other thing I was trying to decode. I thought you were from Atlanta, but I was like, yo.
Yeah, I am though.
I know you are, but I'm hearing it, and I'm like, there's something else going on.
Yeah.
How much impact does the New York?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I think really like my family. You know, my grandparents was from Camilla, Georgia, but they moved to New York to Harlem, which is like where all my family is from.
Yeah.
So I have very close ties to Harlem too. They from St. Nick Projects and shit, but my parents moved to the Bronx.
Okay.
Concourse Village.
Yeah.
And that's where I was for like my first 9-10 years. And then we moved to Fulton County in Atlanta. And then around like, I say 6 years after that, we moved to the north side in Cobb, which is not considered Atlanta, but it's the north side like of where Atlanta is.
That chick, what's her name?
Amaretta.
Yeah.
Yeah, salute to her.
Yeah.
She was born in Grady though, so she got her rights, but she shot that shit on my side of town, so I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But we it plays a lot because it gives me the essence of hip hop being from the Bronx and knowing that where this shit came from. And I think a lot of my like when I get mad and aggressive and I get real New York, but when I'm real happy, the Atlanta come out.
Yeah.
Like if I'm playing ball or like my happy times are in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Not saying I was angry here, but a lot of my family and stuff, a lot of the anger stems from New York. It stems from the trauma from my family and just how the city is. So I think that's where the parts of me kind of goes different. And then I was able to grow up in the turn-up era, too, around, like, you know, the Roscoe Dashes and the Travis Porters and the Waka Flocka, the Brick Squad days. I was literally in the heart of that.
Right.
You know, so I was able to embrace, and I went to a lot of the, you know, when I was a kid, all of the teen club, all the people fighting in the middle of the club, girls dancing on you, your homie holding you up. You know what I mean? I come from that, so I got all of that embedded in me. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Who'd you look up to? So before I ask you that, I heard you on a record with like Freddie Fox, and I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
that's my mentor. Yeah,
is he?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
How did that come about?
Me and Fox met through. It was this older lady. I forgot her name. It was an older lady that I think was trying to help me with my shit here and there, and she knew Bump. And introduced me to him. I ain't even cool with Shorty no more. She was on some weirdo shit. And then she introduced me to Bump, and then from there, we just connected. Like, I don't know what it was. It was just like he took a big liking into what I was doing, and just the knowledge he has and the stories. And I think he represented kind of what I represent now. Maybe he was a little more wilder with the shit that he did. We know what he did in his heyday. But I think Bump's whole, you know, with the industry shakedown shit and all of the, you know, just all the bullshit that was going on in the game that he wasn't going for. I think I'm similar to that, and I think we kind of have a lot of the same ethics and codes and morals. And he took me in. He the one who introduced me to Sway when I first went on Sway in the Morning. That was him.
Right. Okay.
But it was the way he did it that reminded me of me, because when I fuck with niggas in this game, if I could pick up a phone and make it happen with niggas I really fuck with. And that's what it reminded me with what he did with Sway. It seemed like Sway didn't even care who I was. It could have been like his grandmother or something. He would have let him go up there. And when I seen the respect, and keep in mind, he put me on the phone with DMC and Pete Rock and Kid Capri. Like, I talked to Mad, Jazzy Jeff. Like, I talked to a lot of niggas on the phone through Bump. Off camera, off the internet. You know what I mean? In the way that they got on the phone and it was like, yeah, Bump, whatever you need, my nigga. Like, I was like, damn, this nigga got crazy respect. Like, and we just connected crazy like that. And we actually got an album like we never put out.
Really?
Now he's sitting on it.
Well,
it's like 5 years, maybe longer. You ask Bump.
I'm gonna ask him.
Post this shit and ask him when you dropping that fucking Wisdom and Strength with Sy Ari. He got a whole album with me. We never put out. He produced the whole joint.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely
ask his ass. He's sitting on it. He know.
Why people sit on there, yo, man?
He's sitting on it.
All right, I'm gonna get at him.
He's sitting on it.
Nah, shout out to him, man. He's one of my favorites, and definitely most respected.
Sure.
Growing up, who did you look up to? You don't resemble. I ain't gonna lie. You don't resemble anybody that I can name off top. I hear the bars. I hear the skill. But I can't compare you to
that's good.
Really anybody.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But man, I used to listen to everybody.
Yeah.
I done copied so many niggas. Like I mean, where you want to start from? I mean,
start from the young man.
We could start right at Big L first.
Okay.
We go Big L. My cousin used to listen to Big L relentlessly.
Right.
Big Pun.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my favorite nigga. I got on Biggie a little bit after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Big Pun or Biggie?
For me?
Yeah.
Pun.
Okay.
Pun. Like no disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect.
Yeah.
Yo, I held that down at Delaware State homecoming. We
Pun.
had a big argument.
Pun.
Yeah.
For me. I'm from the Bronx, so I don't give a shit about no Brooklyn shit. But
Okay.
but Biggie to me, I mean, if I do a GOAT list, I would put him above Pun.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm adding influence and impact. But I'm talking about just rapping.
Yeah.
Now I'm going Pun.
Yeah.
And I will argue with any Brooklyn nigga about that to the death. Yeah. You know, I'm going Pun.
Okay.
For sure.
That's what's up. Who else? What about Teenage You?
Teenage Me, DMX, The Lox, Jay-Z, Nas, Big. When I was in the South, the first, because I hated Southern music. Being from New York. When I first got there, I was like, Mom, why you even got me out here? This shit is like, I don't hate none of these niggas. But then I started listening to Andre 3000.
Yeah.
T.I., Ludacris, Jeezy.
Yeah.
My first group I really fell in love with, because I was huge on Wu-Tang growing up.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang was like as far as sound-wise, I love that. But 3 6 Mafia.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love
something about their cadences, flows, and beats. I thought they was like, I don't know, kind of like a Southern Dipset before Dipset came out.
Right. Beats is crazy. Like they still recycling those beats now.
Yeah. I was a huge fan of 3-6, Project Pat and shit.
Absolutely.
A lot of niggas like, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, this shit Soulja Boy got that I like. Everybody like. The older I got, the more and more shit I started to enjoy. Okay. You know, and then I got to the West Coast shit later. Like all of the Straight Outta Compton shit, I didn't hear that shit at that time. I heard that shit like late teens. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, these niggas was hard. Yeah. But I didn't want to hear that West Coast shit back then because it couldn't compare to New York back then to me. Right. Lyrically. Yeah. You know, but everybody, bro, all these niggas is dope to me. You know, I just love the authenticity when I feel like what I see in the artist is what I hear on the music, and then I'm pretty much a fan.
I'm going to look at this album real quick, and I'm looking at, you know, specifically, you know, the deluxe version, but I'm like, you got, it's like a who's who.
Yeah, it's loaded.
A who's who of people on this album.
It's loaded.
I just want to do it justice, and start with, all right, hold on. My bad, I'm taking a minute. Good. All right, so we got Jadakiss, Benny the Butcher.
Yep.
I don't know who that is. Deshawn, whoever.
Deshawn.
Deshawn.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
He a legend in the A.
Okay.
He got the Hardaway song.
Is he at the end of the song?
He at the end.
Yeah. Yep. Ransom.
Yep.
Lloyd Banks. Mickey Factz.
Yep.
Who's that? Damn, I don't know who that is.
Which one?
This one right here.
Oh, Vegas 7 and Ronin.
Who's that right there?
That's the same one. That's
the Ronin. The Ronin.
Yeah, salute to my nigga Vega. He on the come up. You gonna hear about him soon.
Okay, Shawn Ellery. That's like my favorite. That's my song right there.
Poverty
Paintings.
That's my little bro.
Okay.
That's my little bro.
Man,
he from Springfield.
Big K.R.I.T, J.R. Writer. I mean, Bumpy Knuckles. It's crazy. Earth Gang, J.I.D, Sway on here. Everybody. Like, this album of the year candidate.
Yeah, I took it there.
Solid.
I took it there.
Solid album of the year candidate.
Appreciate it.
How was it getting all these people? Like
stressful.
When yeah.
Stressful.
I'm glad. I appreciate the honesty.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like it's hard collabing with niggas.
Yeah.
Like that's like like on the next one I'm not doing all that.
Right.
But it's just stressful. Like you don't really know. I'm just keeping it a buck. Like you never know when. I mean, if it's somebody like Mickey, like I might be like, Mick, I need you on this joint. This nigga for some reason sets fucking appointments. Like, yo, how you looking Tuesday at 9:37? Like, all right, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And he'll pull up and just knock his shit out. But I mean, you got niggas. I like emailing shit. I don't even want to be in a room with a lot of with niggas. I don't want to deal with what you got going on. So some niggas might take a little minute, and some niggas like what niggas don't know. Like Banks took. I took a while to get Banks joint.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And I was humbly waiting because he one of my favorite niggas growing up. So but I had got on Banks' album. You know, I'm on Banks' last album, so I did a hook for him, and I was like, yo, whatever I gotta do to get you on mine. He was like, I got you. It took him a little minute, but you know, he did it. Ransom, he ain't take too long. Ransom probably took a week or two. Okay. Benny was probably the toughest for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Benny ain't even supposed to be on the album.
Right.
Because I'm one of them niggas. I tell niggas all that coming soon shit don't work.
Right.
You know, you put a date out there, but what that does is it gives the fans, you know, they're gonna mark their calendar, and then it also forces you to get your shit pitched out for the DSPs and such. So I was literally about to be like, I ain't waiting, because Benny Ben told me he had me. Yeah. And I was like, I ain't waiting, my nigga. I'm about to like that record, that Press Zero record. I had I had that song done. Yeah. So I ended up right when I'm about to pitch it, he hit me like, yo, I'm in the lab. I'm about to knock this shit out. Okay. So I told my manager, I'm like, we about to move this shit a couple of days, because Benny said, if he do it today, I'm waiting. Yeah. And then he sent it, so I took my second verse off. Got you. The one where I was like, seen a whole lot of heavy crime, seen a whole lot of crime, just heavy life. That's why I probably died with these 2 9s like Betty White on a deluxe. I ended up adding that verse back on the deluxe because Benny was like, the record long as hell, so I took that one off and snuck it back on the deluxe. So, yeah, like I said, Jadakiss wasn't hard. Like that was I met up with him in Atlanta. He knocked it out. I'm gonna tell you a couple crazy stories. Jadakiss knocked it out. I met up with him at a club. Shout to my nigga John the Don brother Bart. Bart really connected me with Jada. Met up with him. He knocked it out in about a week or two. And then I told him, I was like, yo, wherever you at on planet Earth, we gonna pull up and shoot this video. Like, however you let me do it. I don't care where you at. I just need an hour of your time. And he had did a concert with Beans and the Locks in them right before the verses.
Okay.
Verses hadn't even happened yet.
Oh, you got lucky.
So he was like, so he was like, yo, we in VA. I don't know if that. I said, I don't give a damn where you at. We hit the road, boom, booked it, went to his concert, stayed all day, got the hotel where their hotel was at. Yeah. Stayed patient. Right. We was supposed to shoot it before the show, but we didn't. So I'm like, yo, stay patient, stay ready. Right. Right after the joint, we all outside in the street, outside the hotel. He's smoking in his Sprinter. I got my Sprinter. Out of nowhere, he hop out the car like, yo, you ready? Right. I'm like, I am ready.
Classic.
Shot him. I'm going to tell you a funny thing. I booked the room, right? We never even went in the room. Right. I booked the room and where they shit was at. We shot the video. As soon as we did his scene, we left. Wow. Never went in the room. We ended up giving our room to some shorties. Okay. It was some girls outside with around kissing them. Right. He's like, yo, y'all want a room? Yeah. Gave him the hotel room and left. That's what's up. Because the job was finished. Yeah. And then I'll tell you the last funny story. And I always tell people this about being prepared and having faith. Really walking by faith, not sight. Is T.I. Yeah. I got T.I. on the album. Yep. A funny story about that is T.I. DM'd me one day. Show that we just chopped it up. He was like, yo, I like what you're doing. I fuck with what you're doing. I seen how you got out your shit with Birdman, man. Salute. It seemed like he was paying attention, but I know his man Clay. Like, I think it was his road manager before. Yeah. Like, I know a lot of niggas he around for real, and a lot of his artists translated them all my niggas. So we was in the DM, he was just giving me my flowers and vice versa. And I was like, yo, since I got you here, and I know a nigga like that from the street that hustle, he's gonna respect it. I'm not asking for no favor. I'm like, yo, I'm not asking for no favors, but you know, it would be an honor to work with you. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know how we got to get it done, but just tell me because I got you here now. Yeah. And he was like, yo, you know, I'm in LA now, yo. You if you ever in LA, I got a session tomorrow. I'm in LA. You out here? Yeah. I'm in Atlanta. Yeah. So I was about to be like, yeah, nah, I'm in Atlanta, but I thought I was like, I'm about to lie. So I DM'd him back. I'm like, yeah, I'm in LA, but I wasn't. My manager live out there though. Yeah. So he was like, all right, bet. We got a session tomorrow. I'm like, all right, shit, bet. So I get out the joint, hit my manager. So I'm coming out there tomorrow on faith that he keep his word when a lot of these industry niggas don't. Right. So I booked a flight and flew out there, got there in the morning. My manager happened to used to live in the same building as his manager. They knew each other too. Okay. So when I got out there, we went into the session. Got to the session, he was in there with like 4 or 5 other artists trying to get a verse from him at the time. As soon as I got there, he stopped everything and was like, put Sy shit on. I played 2 joints, he picked one. Wow. Yep, and that's how I got the record with T.I. Yeah,
the T.I.'s a real one, man. Yeah. You don't get enough. I hate when people say this because he does get it enough from the people that respect and know him, but he doesn't. I think he's God tier MC.
It's that social media is doing that. Don't let that shit fool you. Yeah, it's there. Okay, it's social media. It's when he doesn't care about being transparent to the people, and sometimes that outweighs the music because people forget. It's so much. Every 24 hours is something new that's hot. Yeah. Last week it was the bitch with the 4 kids and the McDonald's shit. Like, you think they think about T.I. at that time? Right. No. So, and then he might do something outlandish, and they'll hold him to that. That's what social media does. They disrespectful. So they act like, oh, T.I. just got into it with his daughter, or his son just got in a fight, or he got this going on, and they'll hold him. That's the headline now. It's no longer the King of the South or the legendary shit that he did. Yeah. Nah, nigga, T.I. is that, bro. This is still the dope boys in the trap. Like, that's what I look at him.
Absolutely. We were there with him when he got booed in Brooklyn. And I loved
Comedy show?
Yeah. We was following him that whole day, and I loved how he turned that around. I was like, he was like, you ungrateful.
Nigga, a soldier, dog. Nigga done been through so much. That's why it ain't nothing to niggas like that, because he done been through so much. It's like, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? T.I. a legend to me. Definitely. One of the top niggas ever. Absolutely. Especially if you do a list of the South, I mean. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, no doubt. So what where you heading? Like, what you got the next album this year?
Yeah, album coming out this year.
Is this gonna be you?
Not just me, but not as many features.
Okay.
There's a couple features on there though.
Who do you want to? I mean, I don't know if you can say, but who do you want to work with next? Like, who would you put on the album if you know?
Just the top niggas, like like that rap.
Yeah.
I done collab with so many people, but I mean, all the top niggas. I want to catch Jay and Nas before they get out. I want spar with Cole and Kendrick. You know, I think all the top niggas. Like, I love what Drake is doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On the dance side or the rap side. Yeah. I give him some heat on both. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, everybody. I like what a lot of people are doing, but I want to compete with the top dudes for sure. Wayne, I want to catch Wayne for he done.
Yeah,
you know, just all the legendary niggas for sure.
So can you? I'm actually curious about this. Can you tell us about the Cash Money situation? Because I hear you refer to it.
What part of it?
I don't know, like all of it. I don't know about that personally. I just hear references on the songs.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I did a deal with Universal and Cash Money, and then a partnership with like my producers that I had at that time. Did that deal, but I went into that deal with two people in front of the deal.
Okay.
That one of them I don't fuck with. And it was like bad, and I felt it going worse because, you know, I walked into that situation with I felt like I had my own paper. I mean, I wasn't like on the Forbes or nothing like that, but I felt like I wasn't needy for things. I could still make moves that they could make for me financially.
Right.
So once I realized that in the contract the word budget only means your money if they approve it, I had a problem with that.
Right.
And I felt like a label is supposed to put you on a tour.
Right.
I feel like they're at least supposed to. And keep in mind, I dropped 4 mixtapes in a year while I was under them.
Right.
While I was under their roof, I dropped 4. They never put a single out on me because they had put a single out on Money Man. Money Man got signed right after me. I was in a room when he met Bird.
Right.
Like, you know, like Money Man will tell you that. Like, we was at Hit Factory when Money Man got there. The same managers introduced him as well, but they had the same lawyer. So when he walked in there and Bird tapped me, was like, "What you think of homie?" I said, "That's my nigga for real," because me and Money Man had been bros since like Akon and Boo.
Right.
So I'm like, whatever he was gonna ask me, I was like, that's my nigga. I text Bird and I was like, that's my nigga. That nigga already got paper for it. He probably don't even need this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he did his deal right after that. And they had put a single out on Money Man, but they was kind of stagnant with shit because of the shit with Wayne and everything. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
But what was bad for me was it wasn't a single thing. I had got put on the Black tour, the free Black tour with Black and Sabrina Claudio.
Okay.
And that was an R&B tour, sold out. Every show, 2,500 people. Loaded, my nigga, loaded.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, I don't need y'all to put me on the tour. My hard work got me on the tour. I just need I need that little $50,000 budget that I saw on my paperwork when I signed it. Let me get that.
Right.
And the label, one of the ladies up in there was like, we're not clearing any budgets right now. We're not okaying that. Right. The moment she said that, I emailed my lawyer. I said, yo, this ain't gonna work for me.
Right.
I'm not a nigga that asks for anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, this ain't for me. I didn't know that they don't have to grant this to you. They could say no and hold my budget.
Right.
And I was like, nah, let me out. I spent my own $30,000 on that tour to get on my bus and everything.
Right.
So Bird had hit me back and was like, yo, nephew, I understand you're a little frustrated. It's not gonna be that easy, but let's work it out with the lawyers and get the numbers. He was like, basically, just give me my money back. I don't want no interest. He asked me for no interest. He basically, to be transparent, he gave me $300,000. Right. He gave me $300,000, and then the people that connected me wanted the extra $63,000 on top of that for what they did or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, all right, fine. So, but the problem was my 4 producers ain't had no money. So that 50 that they got, that shit was gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was donut now.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. So for me to even start this process, I had to front 100,000. So I'm like, boom, I put my 100,000 up. But they other 200 and then that other 63 was still there.
Right.
So we set up a monthly payment plan for like 20 plus months or something like that. So niggas don't even know this, from like 2018 to like maybe 21, I was paying $7,318.94 every day. I mean, every month.
Right.
On the first, I had to pay that.
Yeah.
Or this whole thing would be void and I would be stuck.
Wow.
Because when I paid that 100,000, I was able to release music as if I was free.
Right.
But I really wasn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Bird, he granted me access to do that.
Got
So I ended up so really only one of them niggas out of them 4 producers paid their own 50.
Right.
One of them ended up going to get an admin deal. Another nigga I don't fuck with no more. Yeah. He ended up going to get his own admin deal, pay his 50. So that's still another 150 plus that I gotta owe, plus the 63. Right. So I ended up fronting the other 2 niggas 50s month to month, paying it. Then it was like another 70, 80, $90,000 left. Yeah. And I had hit Bird and I was like, I got like another 60 I could just throw. And I was like, what if I just hit him one day and just be like, yo, why don't we just settle this shit right now, bro? I'm done with this shit for real. Let me try this to get like a low number.
Yeah.
And we negotiated for like a week. And then Bird was like, man, just send me the 60, my nigga, in this shit. And I sent him the 60. And that's how I got out that deal. Gotcha. And he ended up signing off on it like right before my birthday. And that's how I got out of Cash Money.
Damn. yo, people don't know that type of stuff going on.
Yeah, they don't. It was that hard for me, bro. It was super hard to do that at that time. And then just knowing that my bills was that high, it was like, it was frustrating. But it made, I ain't gonna lie, that situation made me never want to help niggas. It make you like that. Mm-hmm. Because I went into that situation wanting to help niggas, because that's why that $300,000 I could have pocketed.
Yeah. Right.
I could have just gave them $2,000 or no, I wanted them to get 50.
Right.
Because they ain't really had nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? And they never had a deal. They never had placements. But I wanted them to get the amount that I told them. But I could have took that. He wired that $300,000 to me. They didn't even have bank accounts.
Right.
You know, I had to go get that shit out and give it to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I did it because I wanted to do that for me. I don't even like niggas to be doing something for a certain amount of time and never said they put somebody on or or I don't even want to be around niggas I never made money with. That shit's uncomfortable for me. I always been uncomfortable with shit like that. So I just want a nigga to know that whether we keep going or we stop right here, at least you know that, yo, I made a couple dollars with this nigga. We learned some shit together. We went through some shit together. You know what I mean?
Is that why you're so independent minded? Like, you're fiercely independent.
Yeah.
At least that's what it sounds like. You know,
I always been like that though, since legit though.
Okay.
But growing up in certain poverty, you know, stricter situations, you naturally get like that, or you crumble. Yeah. You gonna make a diamond, or you gonna bust a pipe. So I've been having to sell snacks, and I didn't come up selling drugs. Right. Like I came up asking my mom's how she just got them 50-pack of honey buns for $3.
Right.
I'm like, Ma, I could do something with that. That shit's 75 cents at school.
Right.
Just give me 2 boxes. I don't need you no more, Ma. Give me $10, and I'm about to flip this. And then once I figured that out in 6th grade, that's all. I started learning people. I started learning customer service. I started learning, a motherfucker might ask, yo, front me the honey bun today, my nigga. I got you tomorrow. But they don't really got you tomorrow. Right. And some niggas do. Yeah. And you remember those niggas that paid back, and you remember the niggas that don't. And then you start learning, all right, look, nigga, if I front this, it's not 50 cents today. It's 75 cents tomorrow, because I'm giving you, I need interest, nigga. I start learning that shit from a Bronx Tale. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I started learning, like, consignment and all of that shit. Like, you start learning the game from Biggie. Yeah. The 10 Crack Commandments appeals to everything you sell. True. It really does. Yeah. So I started taking all of that shit. Right. Because I ain't never sold crack, you know what I'm saying? But I started applying it to shit like that, and you get like that being from New York.
I appreciate you saying that, because I feel like every rapper is a ex-drug dealer, and no knock against people that have been, but some people like myself, I never sold drugs. I mean, I kind of sorted almost.
Maybe some weed is cool. Yeah. We get the weed off. Right. Weed is cool.
But you can't, like, walk through life with that.
Yeah, I ain't never sold a kilo of coke or no shit like that. Right. I ain't never did no shit
like
that.
So how hard is it? Like, and again, this is no knock against people. I mean, I listen to, that's like about at least a good 75% of all my rap. Yeah. But I do appreciate people like yourself who have content that you can hear. It's not corny. And it's dense, content-wise. So you hear, like, different things. I hear you talk about the homeless, like every, like, I was like, yo, he's really going off
some other shit with K.R.I.T.
tangent. Yeah.
I don't like when people feed homeless people on camera. I don't
right.
Like that shit.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
Right.
Some people do it, throw the money in the air and homeless, and I mean, that's cool, my nigga, do you. But
to rap about it is even a different thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people would get on IG or something, something like that.
I'm not a fan of helping people on camera like that. Yeah. That's me, though.
Right.
Especially while they look like they're at their worst. Yeah. That's just me, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, to each his own, man. This world is, niggas gonna do what they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure I do shit that people don't agree with, too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Do you, are you writing still? Are you not writing? Are you writing?
What do you mean writing?
Writing. Do you write? I've read somewhere where you don't write no more. You freestyle until
I've always like punched in like that for a long time. Yeah. Off, like, doing it off my head. I don't really consider it freestyling to me. Right. But I do 2-3 bars at a time and punch it. But I write. If I'm in the car, I'm writing that shit down. If I'm writing in the car, so I might write it down. But while my recording process, no, I don't like writing down. Yeah. I don't like.
Why is that? I'm just curious.
I know how the mind works. I try to eliminate writer's block as much as possible. Mm-hmm. But I value my time, and I know, like, say if I think of 2 to 4 bars right now, I could write it down. But it may take me 15 seconds to write that down. Right. But I've also come up with a crazy line in 10 seconds. So I don't do that. Okay. Because I'm afraid of what I might lose. Okay. If I take time doing something else. It's another reason why I don't use engineers. If I gotta tell the engineer run it back, hey yo, let me do that over. That's a line.
Right.
The sentence it takes to tell an engineer to start me over is a bar.
Right.
That he don't deserve. He ain't paying me for no fucking feature. Right. So I bet I'm better off hitting spacebar on 3.
Right.
Because I don't gotta talk to nobody but me.
Yeah.
And my body's doing that. My mind isn't. So I'm just already tapping while my mind is getting this line out. So a lot of people don't understand that, and they ask. A lot of people create their own writer's block. You know, and I have some methods that will maybe instead of you having a rough day, 3 days out of the 7 that you in the studio, you might have 1.
Right.
I got that formula for that, and that's one of the. Sometimes you're gonna be on fire in the studio. Sometimes you're not. That's not to say I'm not always my nigga. They be like, "Oh, Sy, you record fast, nigga." I done did a song in a week. Yeah. 1 song. I done did a verse in a week. I done did 4 bars, came back, did another 8, came back, right. and then I done also did some shit. You know, I done also did 68 bars in, 20 minutes if I want to. Yeah. So it's like it just depends on whatever day, as far as you being a writer, like how you want to create. And sometimes you might have an easy day. Well, I'm just gonna get some shit off today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I always use the reference. We used this at a writing camp. People were struggling with what to talk about. One of the best written songs to me of all time is Jill Scott, "Is It the Way."
Yeah,
Is this the way?
Hell yeah.
And I tell people that, I said, bro, if you ever struggling, go to her song.
Yeah. She
starts that entire song with got out the bed, made some breakfast,
right.
toast, two scrambled eggs, grits, right. Took a shower, grabbed my keys, went to work. Yeah. She just talked about some regular shit.
Yeah.
She ain't talking about shit, and she never rhymed.
Right.
And I'm like, if you can't do that while you struggling writing, then and that's a hit.
Yeah. That's
so
one of the best songs.
People don't realize that though.
Yeah.
They don't realize how easy that shit was. Yeah. Like, damn, how many people we get out the bed, brush your teeth, take a shower, get dressed for work, get your keys, and go. Yeah. That's a whole verse.
Yep.
So I think like that when I'm writing, as far as transparency.
Got you. So one thing we and I really would want to hear this from you. We always ask. All hip hop started this, I might add, asking people who their top 5 dead or alive is. We done been doing it for the longest.
Okay, dead or alive? Top 5?
Top 5 dead or alive.
Fucking.
Now I'll give you 10 if you want to.
I could do 10.
You could do 10 because you got New York and Atlanta side. So I know you might lean into New York.
Oh, I done did my top 10. 10. Big. Hove. Nas. Pun. Big L. Jadakiss. Eminem. DMX. Andre 3000.
Woo. What's that, 8?
That's 9. Man.
That's 9?
It's a nigga. Oh, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Okay.
Fuck
yeah. That's a good top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my 10. And then I'm putting me in the 11. And
yeah.
Of course, Drake Cole, Kendrick. I'm putting them in the 10 to 15. Oh, the 10 to 15. I'm putting Drake, Kendrick, Cole, myself. You know, there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas up there.
Yo, the one thing I appreciate about the internet now, and the same thing with a lot of people, I'm not going to name names because never mind. That's another story. I be naming names of people who don't come to One World, and I don't like that. But okay. That's another story. But so we're not naming names.
Got hidden agenda and shit.
Yeah. But I love. This is what I love. I love discovering music, and sometimes we don't have Rhapsody. We don't have, Yo MTV Raps. We don't have like that 1 hour of music of hip hop. So now I might find like in 2021 and then go back and just start eating up the whole catalog and just he got albums and albums and albums. Yeah. And I love that. But there's two sides to that. You may not be valued by the masses as much as you should be. Like the work you've put in is crazy. Like I'm going back and reading the bio, I'm reading the wiki, and I'm like, yo, this dude has really put in a lot of work. Yeah. From a writer's point of view, like, how do you feel about that in terms of the legacy? That you're creating and where you'll ultimately be.
I think my groundwork eliminates when I get in certain rooms and I reach certain accolades. I think that my wow factor is a lot bigger than a lot of other people's, or in that moment because of my marathon that I've been on.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate it a lot more. I've been able to see a lot of things and make certain longer decisions that have taken me longer that I chose to do.
Right.
Like I said, I bumped in a lot of the greats, maybe 90% of my idols, and I've been around in rooms, and I mean probably more than half of them I don't even like. Yeah. And another more than half of them never with their kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that let me know like y'all niggas ain't really fucking with me for real.
Right.
When I seen that, I'm like y'all niggas not really. Y'all don't really get it.
Yeah.
And I don't really fuck with it. In this game, you got to deal with a lot of bullshit. You got to deal with a lot of iffy ass niggas and bullshit. And I don't like that shit. So I take longer routes. Yeah. Because I'm like, nah, it's funny style over there. We got to take this. We got to walk an extra 3-4 miles on this route. Yeah. And I'm content with that. Yeah. I'm not feeling. I know people be like, yo, you slept on, or you know. That's what the shadow and the shade is about. The shadow and the shade, first of all, there are no shadows in the shades. It's a metaphor, but it's basically saying that if it's so many talented people, the game isn't based around creators though. Yeah. It's a business, which is cool. We love the business because a lot of the creators would fuck up the business as well. Yeah. But the business is for some reason put forth before the creators. Right. And I mean that in the sense there's too many artists that are so dope that have missed a lot of their prime time. Because they were stuck in the deal or couldn't release when they wanted to. You know how many lives that saves? If that artist was able to release at this time because this weird ass crowd is adapted to what they talk about. Yep. And I don't like that freedom is taken away once you sign. That's why I always respect Bird for what he did because he had a choice. Right. He could have said, nah, nigga, sit your ass still. Right. He ain't do that. Yeah. So I don't really tolerate when niggas talk down on him because I really know how he is. Now I get it. Now if you go on the internet and say fuck you and suck my dick and then go, oh, I went out my deal, like my nigga, I'm not letting you out either. Right.
Of course.
But if you want some man to man, like, hey man, I don't like this. That nigga will talk to you like a man. Yeah. Like my Bird even tell you like when he was about to wire that 300, I had money. But my niggas didn't, so they was on me like, yo, did you sent that yet? So I'm hitting Bird. It took a couple of days. I'm like, Bird. He like, yeah, nephew, I'm about to get the wire through. You know, it's going Monday. It's there. Yeah. Monday hit, didn't hit. We already signed everything. Yeah. Another Monday come. Bird was yeah, it's coming. Another Monday didn't hit. Right. So I text Bird. True story. I hit Bird. I said, Bird, be transparent with me. What we doing? I said, I ain't harassing you. I don't need it, but my niggas, we just want to know what's going on so we can get the show moving. I got a lot of things I want to do because I don't want to be asking you for favors. He said, I respect that, nephew. Yeah. He said, but I'm going to go up there and do it myself. Yeah. And he did it. Yeah. And I knew that every time we had those conversations, he respected me because I never came at him disrespectful, and I never came at him to where I felt like he would have had to do something aggressive to me. Yeah. It was like I could tell that he know a made nigga when he see one. Right. Like certain niggas respect that. Right. You know, and it's the same energies I've always had with Boo or Akon. Like these niggas or Bump, like these niggas that have all of these ties. Right. They know when they dealing with a nigga that's about his business. That's like the way T.I. came in. That's why he never tried to sign me. Right. Because he knew better. Yeah. He knew like, nah, this nigga got his own shit. He pulling up in some shit I'm pulling up in. Yeah. I know I don't need to be hitting him with no contract. He gonna turn this down. Right. Because I am. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I also like how T.I. told I think it was 21. He was like, nah.
Yeah, I heard that story. I heard that story.
If I give you $1 million, then
some of these niggas know that. See, but I like to do business like that. I don't want a nigga to feel like I want to be able to work and create. Right. I put that first. I'm like, we can work the business out. We can figure it out on another way that everybody ain't gotta involve all this paperwork shit, my nigga. Because if this shit go wrong, I don't want to be around anyway. We can just go our separate ways before this shit get nasty. Yeah. But let's just work, and then we work out the whatever, the business and percentage or whatever. We can work that out as men. If we can't figure that out, we don't need to be working together. Yeah. All of that shit where, oh, I'm just gonna hold you to. I don't like that. Even if a label fronts the artist money, he ain't have it. Of course, that man owe you some money, but let's work it out. Right. What Bird allowed me to do, nephew, show me you got 100,000, right, and you can release music, right, but you still owe me this. Right. Not just sit here till you got 300,000. That ain't how you get money, my nigga. Yeah. You don't make nobody wins like that.
Right. Facts.
Nobody wins when the family feuds. So let's figure it out. All right, let me go put this 100 together. Let me release my music so I can really build up my. I don't lose my prime. That would have been 3 years. I would have lost.
Yeah.
If he would have been a dickhead about it.
Right.
And I don't like that about the game, and that's why I keep my independence and I won't do deals. I only do partnerships.
Got you.
That don't involve paperwork.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Now, so I'm not gonna hold you forever, but
you good?
This is a touchy subject. We might even edit this out the interview, but I'm
I
gonna
don't
ask
give a
because I
damn.
got you.
I don't care.
You have a line in your, I forget the song.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
And you say, "I let Mickey use my studio to dish Royce, but not for no beef purposes."
Yeah. That's a true story.
Where?
That's a true story.
It's only been a year. Like, it's barely been.
It been
a year.
that long?
Just a year.
Damn.
Like, yeah, we were walking on a year. That was the craziest situation overall for us, and we don't talk about it no more because I don't know what to think about it in hindsight. But
yeah, Royce and Mickey got into their thing.
Yeah,
I seen that unfold. I mean, to me, it was all about hip hop to me.
Yeah,
you know. Mick from the Bronx. Mick, you know, me and Royce cool. I'm on his album that got Grammy nominated. You know, salute to Royce.
Right.
But you know, Mick is more brotherhood on my side. Not saying I didn't even choose a side. This is the funny thing.
Yeah.
I ain't even choose a side. I just seen it happen.
Right.
They was going on. They was on live, and they know how they was talking to each other. I got involved because there was a moment for me. They was having their own thing going. It was nothing where I was like, yo, I'm on Ricky's side. It wasn't necessary for that. I was just seeing them talk about hip hop, and Royce was just basically saying like, yo, you don't check these boxes to be able to compete with us, and da-da-da. And I thought that Mickey, any one of them could have a day, that they're both nice enough to do it, regardless of who you've been around or what accolade. We all got our different accolades. There was a moment where I wasn't saying I chose a side, but it was a moment where Joe Buttons got on a live at one moment. Mickey and Royce were going back and forth. I was like, oh, this shit hard. I'm instigating. I'm from the Bronx, so I'm like, ooh, nigga said that. Oh shit, B.
Right.
So I'm in the comments. I'm voicing my shit, and Joe gets on, and Mick is like, yo, Joe, what up, my nigga? Like, when you gonna come out the shell, man? When you gonna rap again?
Yeah.
And Joe says, and don't quote me on this, but it's very close to what he said. He was like, you can't talk to me. To Mickey.
Right.
He said, who the fuck are you? Like, you can't talk to me.
Yeah.
Now, where I had a problem with that was because it seemed like before that was said that everybody was cool with each other. We know when we get to talking shit is one thing.
Yeah.
But I took it personal because I said, well, what if Joe fans don't know that Mickey actually is nice? There's a time when you know your platform is here, and I was like, Mick, don't let that slide. I'm like, nah, nigga, like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, if he gonna take it there, there wasn't no beef or nothing like that. He was talking shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's hip hop, so it may get like that. Fuck you talking about, nigga, like. Yeah. So I'm like, nah, Mick, like, Nick don't. But at that time, to be honest, Mick was being so humble. I think it caught him off guard. Because he got the plot on it a little bit, like, damn, these niggas really, okay, we doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, nah, you gonna tell him, like, who are you? Like, you not worthy, like, type shit?
Yeah.
So I guess whenever me seeing Mick's reaction being so calm,
right,
I hit him later, like, what you gonna do, my nigga?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I handed him the bag and above the rim,
right,
and I said, handle your business.
Right.
And he was like, yo, your lab open? I'm like, it is, nigga.
Right,
bring a slice, bring a box of pizza for the kids.
Right.
And you can use it. You recording yourself, though. I'm not recording you. He had never recorded himself.
Right.
I'm like, I ain't no engineer over here, nigga. You recording yourself.
Yeah.
And that's how he ended up doing that record.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, I let Mickey use my studio to diss Royce, but not for no beef purposes, because I peak when the heat surfaces for these MCs to compete through each verses. And so it was like, I didn't want Royce to think like it was like, it ain't no beef, my nigga. But I give Royce a pass because he from Detroit. No offense. But he make it feel like, oh, I don't want to rap. I'm not doing this. I don't want to. He may take some certain things personal that Mick said that I didn't feel like was that serious. Yeah. Because I think he took certain things personal on that record that he was like, but I was like, nah, I felt like what you and Joe did on live was worse. That's how I felt.
I feel you.
And I felt like it was all hip hop. And it's all love to me. I mean, that was their shit. I had nothing to do with it. I just opened my studio to it, and I was just being transparent. Like, I let him use my lab to cook this shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Leave that alone. Royce is my man. I don't take sides either, man. I just be like as a fan.
I take hip hop side though.
Right.
And it's just rap,
bro. As a fan, I ain't gonna lie. Me and my boy, man, we was just looking at the lives. We saw RJ, we saw Ransom, we saw Royce, we saw Mickey. We see other people pop in, and we like, yo, this is incredible. Like, what's about to happen?
Yeah.
You know, and then and on the flip side, I was a little saddened because we don't see that no more. Now they don't get on the lives anymore. No, they don't talk about. So the elevation, like,
you know why?
Why?
You see what's going on?
What's going on?
You know why? You know why I fuck with Mick outside of our personal coolness?
Mm-hmm.
He says this thing sometimes to niggas, and he says just rap.
Yeah.
Yo, that right there. Like, my nigga at Bars on 95 said the same thing. He said, I just want niggas to just rap.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking rap.
Right.
So, if you don't do that, you lose my side.
Right.
Because y'all niggas ain't about to fight, my nigga.
Yeah.
So, y'all not on no shit like that.
Right.
It ain't that. So, just rap.
Yeah.
We could boost ourselves up to build up to the rap, but if you boost it up and don't rap, you lose my vote.
Right.
You lose my vote. Because if Mick would have lost, I would have just been like, yo, bro, you lost this one. This one.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So bro, we all just went to dinner last night and fucking battled each other. All four of us. Like, we do that. So it's like at the end of it, because we was all gassing each other through steak and salmon and shit. And out of nowhere, this nigga, of course, Mick again is the first nigga to just rap.
Right.
So now it's pressure on everybody. It's like, because if I don't rap right now, you got this.
Right.
So I just love that.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know when niggas gonna start airing this out. You know how a lot of the top MC niggas, the nice niggas that complain about what the game is now, it's their fault. Because they was the bitch ass niggas acting like divas when they had the moment to give their flowers to the young up and coming niggas and just rap. That's why the shit like this. A lot of the backpack niggas, I'm gonna be honest, they bitch ass niggas. A lot of these niggas be the diva. They be more divas than the simple rapping niggas.
Yeah. Right.
They do. Yeah. They be acting weird as hell when you bump into them. Like, you want to, I'm gonna give you that, my nigga. Like, yo, my nigga, I grew up to your shit. They be like, hey, and go over and talk to the next nigga like that they know.
Right.
Like, they be the niggas acting the weirdest.
Yeah.
And that's why the game is where it's at. That's why the bubblegum shit took over, because y'all niggas wasn't appreciating this shit, and y'all wasn't even making no money, nigga.
Yeah. Right.
So what was y'all really acting like that for?
Right.
Y'all wasn't even making shit. Now y'all mad because the new niggas that ain't as good as y'all is making more money than y'all. That's y'all fault, dummy. So if I get around any of the top niggas and they don't want to just rap, I don't give all that shit go out the window for me, because now you seen prepped, and you see all the freestyle platforms now was prepped. You get to pick your own beat now. You get the righteous. You get a date.
Right.
Man, that shit wasn't like that when I came up.
Right.
Nigga, you had to rap on any beat they threw on.
Yeah.
And it may be at the end of the interview, the start of the interview, they're not telling you.
Right, yeah.
Like, swear to here, just throw that shit on, my nigga.
Right.
I'm looking in the back like, I don't even like this beat, but I can't say that.
Yeah.
So, I'm a fan of hip-hop first, even over my mans.
Yeah, I feel you. All right.
Fucking rap, nigga, or shut up.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm here for it. Yeah. Last thing, man, I see, you have your young king here.
Yeah, my son up here.
Yeah, you've had I've heard lyrically, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, when you just listening songs, you just listening to songs. You don't. It ain't always a hook that says like "fight the power," and that's the name of the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have heard you be critical of guys and people that are not there for their kids and things of that nature. How is it, like, from your perspective, being a dad in the culture, raising a son? I mean, not even just from a rap perspective, but like as a man, even down to the little things like iPad, like, your kid being in the phone, or, you know what I mean? Like, all of those things as a parent, like, you kind of have to be dialed into.
I just come from a certain era, and when I say era, I mean like my household. You want to take as many of those ethics with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And you may learn that different with some of your homies. Things is different. If I start from household, like, my dad was the type of nigga to be like, I don't really care how much money you got, what you buy us.
Yeah.
If you're not taking care of your family and representing us correctly, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so I come from that. Like, I come from a house where I couldn't go back home if I didn't bring my kids back home.
Yeah.
My dad gonna be asking where the little ones at.
Yeah.
My mom asking where the baby's at. That's what she asked when she calls. So so that reminds me, like, I gotta put that first. And we never really had money growing up, but my family had each other. We had strong love, and I hold my lifestyle to that. Right. And I used to always, like I said, it wasn't easy. You know, had my little man his whole life, and so it was always tough, just trying to balance everything. So, you know, my dad, like I said, my dad taught me, you know, take parenthood one day at a time, and every day you wake up, you put him first, and then you work out what you got to do, one day at a time, and that's how I do fatherhood. You know, so. I mean, if niggas go through their own demons, you know what I'm saying? But I understand it's hard, but you won't receive the right blessings unless you do those type of things. So, like I said, that's how you come up around shit like that. You know what I mean? And I always was raised to kind of look out for everybody, help as many people as I can. My mom was like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My dad didn't really fuck with niggas, but my mom would show love to the whole neighborhood. Like, door open, come through, you want something to drink, baby? You hungry? You want a snack? Like, my mom was like that. So, you know, I'm raised like that, and then, you know, you grow up with your niggas. Some niggas may look out for you. You might got a couple niggas that do, some niggas that don't, you know, or you may move around certain good people, and you start to learn that, like, oh, okay, and you start to attract those people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like small shit. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I used to be around a team, right? I'm not gonna say niggas' names, I don't work with them no more, but we used to get out at places. I had never realized why I was so happy every time I got back home from the road. Yeah. And I used to get back, like, super stressed, like, tired, body. I'm like, damn, it's because these niggas is nagging about little shit. Yeah. Like, I remember one time my security guard was like, told one of my mans in the back, like, grab something from the store for me. Yeah. He was like, nah, nigga, you go get it. Like, and it had never dawned on me how toxic that little ass shit was. Right. And a small example, like salute to my man Sher, my road manager Sher. He was one of the greatest people I've been working with the past few years. Has made like tours and everything, and just moving around. Super smart, but you know he has those family ethics that I was similar to what I was raised on, whether we were from the hood or not. You know what I mean? But he do something small, like if we stop, he don't know this though. But the first time I was on the road with him, he get out the car first. He's asking everybody, y'all want something? Yeah. And he not really looking for the dollar. I gotta damn near force the Apple Pay to him to cover the charge, because he ain't looking for that, because he got those ethics. Right. But he don't know how much that hit me, because I'm like, I didn't grow up around niggas like that. Yeah. You don't grow up around niggas that look out for niggas like that. Yeah. And it's as small as a bag of chips and some now laters is. That shit hit home, because I'm like, that's something my mom would do. I'm finding those type of people later, you know, and that type of shit make you understand that's how you're supposed to move. And if it don't feel like that for me, I'm not fucking with it. Yeah. You know, and so it's like, you know, and like I said, you start to realize, like, damn, this shit come from home. Because prime example, I went to my man Sher he had a B-Day dinner. I got to meet all his fam. Okay. And one of his mans was telling a story like, yo, you could call this man any time of day, like he'll come through for you. I'm like, damn, that's what he did for me. Right. So I'm like, that's where this shit comes from. It's not favoritism. It's not because I'm an artist. It's because you raised like that. Right. It's because you was brought up like that's your heart. So you got to attract those type of people, my nigga. That's how this shit got to be. You know what I mean? And if it ain't that, I ain't fucking with it. And the industry don't got that in it. Nah, not at all. You know? So that's a fact, man. Yo, appreciate you pulling up the One World Studios. For real. Allhiphop.com. Yeah, we got a bill, man. Definitely. Anything hit me. Anything you need, I got you. All right, let's do it. Bet.